I lost your gun.
What?
Well, thank you, Christine. Well, welcome back, folks, to another vlogging adventures of Judah Clark. Here we have a couple of permit that we shot. I don't always shoot permit, but when I do, it's for the Florida spearfishing competition. And just getting around to cleaning these fish 2 days later. You know, permit's one of those fish that, you know, I know if cooked correctly, probably would be very delicious. I just haven't figured out yet how to cook it correctly. So it's been in the cooler for a couple days, maturing, I like to call it. And we'll try a couple of pieces, and if we don't like it, we'll feed it to the dogs. The reason why we shot these permit is because of a competition. It's called the Florida Spearfishing Tournament. So this is a very interesting tournament because it goes on all year long. There's about 20 different fish to shoot, anywhere from cubera, kingfish, wahoo, sailfish. Just joking about sailfish. There's about 20 different fish. You have to try to get as many of those species as possible. And it doesn't go by weight, it actually goes by length. You have a special measuring tape, you measure the fish, and every inch that you have is basically a point. And at the end of the year, you total up those points. So whoever has the most fish and the most points wins. And for each different category, there are prizes like a really nice spear gun, or cash, or trips. Now I am actually sponsoring a new category for this year, tuna. Blackfin tuna with a wild card of yellowfin tuna. It's a $500 prize. And I'm also sponsoring the female division. So it started about a month ago. The race is on. Now something that's really cool right now is that Christine is actually in first place for the female division. Really proud of her, going from not even really able to shoot a gun to #1 out of the female division. She's competing with some pretty strong shooters out there. Myself right now, I just so happen to be in 5th place, but there's a lot more competition in the men's division than the women's. Lauren as well is in the competitions, Victoria, and a couple others. You can go online, they have a website, they also have a Facebook page, and you can follow the results. Basically, when you shoot a fish, you have to measure the fish, take pictures. You have to submit that fish to the Facebook page as well as the website. And on the website, there's the tallies of who's winning and well, who's losing. So Christine and I went out the other day and we happened to shoot 2 permit. I'll show you a little clip. Got a permit. Today's entry in the spearfishing competition. You know, not a monster. Well, that's a good eating size. Don't let me down. Love you. Yeah!
Kimber.
Florida spearfishing competition, 2 more points, baby. Let me get to cleaning this fish. I don't want to be out here all night. The sun is setting. I've got 2 fish to clean. something that happened the other day. I think I had the worst spearfishing day of my life, followed by the best spearfishing day of my life. Victoria has been hanging out with this new guy, Jared.
Hi, Jared.
Pretty cool guy. He's a local down here, and he's been spearfishing down here like his whole life. And he invited us to go out with his boss. And his boss is actually pretty funny. He's the jet ski guy from the Tiger King.
You're going down, Carol Baskin.
I mean, I only saw one episode of the Tiger King, but I definitely saw some of those memes with the jet ski guy. This is the guy. But apparently he cut his hair. We had a good time. You know, they took us out on their boat, and it was cool because I didn't have to drive and I could dive. I should have given Christine a gun with a float line, but instead I gave her my carbon fiber Seawolf, my favorite gun, my most expensive gun, because the other gun that I normally gave her, she was complaining that it was really hard to pull the trigger. Without going too detailed into the story, she shoots an AP, an African pompano. The gun gets jammed, and she has to let go of the gun. She's 60 foot down. She fires. String gets caught up in the end of the gun. She's trying to loosen the drag, but nothing's happening. A bull shark starts swimming up after her. She has to let go of the gun. Her mask fills up with water. She's in distress.
I lost your gun. I shot an AP.
You alright? What's wrong? Did you have a scar? What's wrong? It's just a gun, man. It's no big deal. What happened?
I don't know. I shot it and I kept trying to loosen it and it kept dragging me under. And then like all this water got in my mask and I couldn't even see.
Well, you did good. You did good.
I went down and I shot this AP and then this bull shark showed up and I'm like trying to loosen the drag. Then all of a sudden all this water got in my mask. I couldn't see anything.
But you know what? I'm glad she was all right. But yeah, she had to let go of my gun. And then Victoria dives down and sees my gun. And I just didn't come across it. And it was at about 100 foot of water. And it was a fat chance of finding that. Pretty expensive day, pretty traumatizing day. I lost an AP too. Piece of flesh stuck in the flopper. Didn't open up the flopper. It went right in, right out. Son of a... So we both lost an AP and I lost a really nice gun. The next day, we decided to go out with only 2 hours left of daylight. We shoot out there to the same spot. And Victoria's had a bad day because her phone was screwing up. You could have got an Android. So she's driving. You ready to shoot, babe?
Hey girl, hey. This is Victoria. Jude and Christine are diving right now. I'm on the boat. Literally just got out here. We came out really late.
Christine and I are in the water. There's another one down there. Yeah, man! Woo! Pull it in! It's fucking great. Look at that! Couple double, baby! Woo!
You shot at the same time, or?
I shot mine first and then she went down and got hers. Couples double, baby! 2 APs! Woo! Got a couple of APs!
Both lost our APs yesterday. We came back and got them today.
Redemption time, baby! Woo!
Woo!
Good times. Woo! All right. Wait, do we have any ice?
Yeah.
Sure.
Nice.
Really cool moment. Those are 2 fish for the competition. And then the next day after that, we're driving out, trying to go get some wahoo. Not as rough as I thought it'd be. Andrew, what's up, buddy? Yeah, can you hear me? What do you mean? Oh yeah, bro, you found my gun? No, bro, I knew someone was gonna find that. Woo! Are you kidding me? Bro, this is Andrew from Formula Freediving.
Oh, wow. Somebody
found our gun and wanted to return it to me. My name's all over the gun, my logo's engraved to it. So we met up with this guy. What's up? Cool, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, nice to meet you guys.
Oh, it's so awesome, man. Yeah, this is probably a pretty wild looking gun to see floating in the water.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was floating too.
Yeah, well, it floats without the shaft.
Yeah.
She shot an AP down about 50 feet, and I saw in the video the swivel caught up into the string. She's trying to like loosen up the reel.
I was like kicking, trying to like, bring it up, and then I just kept going further down underwater, and I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna either lose Judah's favorite gun or I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no gun's worth a life.
I kept thinking in my head, I'm like, oh my god, Judah's gonna be so pissed, I'm gonna lose his gun.
I mean, you had plenty of line on that reel, but
yeah,
stuff happens.
Yeah. So you got a charter here in Marathon?
Yeah, it's Big Dog Charters.
Big Dog Charters?
Yeah, we have
fishing?
Yeah, 34 CV with triple 300s.
Nice.
Seakeeper as well.
Wow, oh yeah, that's nice.
One of the only boats in the Keys are the Seakeepers. There's a couple, but yeah, it's a...
How's that?
Oh, it's a game changer. Man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be on our list when we upgrade a boat. It's definitely going to Seakeeper.
Yeah, it's...
Like 4 foot, it's just...
Yeah, just up and down. That's it. Yeah.
That probably helps a lot of people getting seasick too.
Yeah, I had some older people on the boat today, and I was like, hey, you guys like the Seakeeper? They're like, what is that? I turned it off, they're like, whoa, turn it back on. I'm like, I was like, all right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I bet that's worth it.
No, and it saves your energy too, so you're not fighting the waves all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So what kind of fishing you doing out here?
Everything. Do inshore, so tarpon right now, big yellowtails are biting. Big mangroves, dolphin are showing up, sailfish.
Nice.
Groupers, but gotta let those go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we've been catching big groupers.
We'll have to come out there with Victoria and do a show out of your boat.
We
sometime.
should.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot some fish.
Yeah.
Gotta get my gills wet again.
Well, you can come out on our boat, but you probably won't really appreciate it.
I got a lot of spots.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's cool.
Have to go on mine too.
You guys made it so funny. You're like,
oh,
wearing the horse mask.
Yeah. So we're on our way yellowtailing, catching yellowtails, and saw something floating in the water. Went and picked it up, and lo and behold, hey Judah, I got your spear gun, homie. I fish these guys like every year, twice a year, and they always bring these horse masks.
Guess it pays to have my sticker on
Dude,
there.
it really does, man. I know it's an expensive gun.
My logo is etched right here into the gun here. Yeah, it's from Italy. This is the first carbon fiber seawolf in the States.
Really?
And yeah, they gave it to me to kind of a sponsorship deal. And these Italian guns are like super powerful, super accurate, but they're also just a little bit high maintenance.
Yeah, I kind of
Things can happen if you don't have it just right. And so,
hot rod, man.
yeah, exactly. Andrew with Big Dog Charters at a marathon. Really great guy, really honest guy. He returned my gun to me. Went from the worst day to the best day. I kind of knew that somebody was gonna return that gun. You know, I just had a feeling like somebody was gonna find it. But if you need a fishing charter down here in the Keys, this guy Andrew's got a really nice boat with a Seakeeper, which is really cool because it gets rough down here in the Keys. When I upgrade my boat, that's what I wanna get. I definitely wanna get one of those Seakeepers. Look at me, I'm butchering this fish while I'm talking. Kimber doesn't mind because she gets nice little chunks. 2 APs and 2 nice permit. In the last week, nothing to complain about. Like I said though, we're gonna make a whole film out of that because there was a lot of action that happened that day. Jared shot an AP, Christine shot a kingfish.
Hold it yesterday. Come on, hold it.
It's like razor sharp on my
If you can't hold it, I'll give you this one.
Or put your gloves on. Yeah, could I just do that?
What?
Really
Grab it like this. Look.
It's just, it's like clawing my fingers.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you the way. There you go.
Come on.
Come on, this shit's getting heavy, guys.
No, don't be a bitch. Grab it like that.
It's like,
See how I hold it? One hand there, and just frickin'. Don't be soft. We had this conversation yesterday. There you go.
Oh,
now scoot back.
that's better.
Let's
There you
get
go. I
back.
told you.
There you go. There you go.
All of the
Actually, don't
fast enough.
Nice, nice. Make sure you thank the captain.
Thanks,
James.
You're welcome. Such a fisherman.
Alright.
Good job, everyone.
I like everyone just throws it.
A lot of cool stuff happened that day. I want to get it out to you now. You know when you got a really good story and you like want to tell people, it's kind of hard when you know that you're not going to be able to tell them that story for like 2 or 3 months. I like now that I can throw something quick together and tell you guys about it now. And then we can wait for my editors to whip it up and make it something cool. That was a cool day. Probably one of the most unique days I had in a while. What are you doing? You're licking the tail. Curious to see how this permit's gonna taste. The only other permit I ever ate, well, I guess I've eaten a couple. The one that I did eat, I remember eating, was huge. Really big permit. This was just barely legal. And I find the smaller the fish, usually the better the meat. We've let this mature for a couple days on ice, and so it should be nice and tender. We'll see how it is. We could probably end with that story. Or I could end with a couple of really nice pictures of Christine that I took with these permit just earlier today. Check out this slideshow. Woo! You know, when you are a photographer and a videographer and you love taking pictures of beautiful things and people, it's kind of a plus to have a girlfriend that's absolutely gorgeous, you know? Gives you inspiration to take pictures. As a matter of fact, I haven't been inspired to take photos in a long time. I used to do a lot more photography. Always cut away from you. I mean, look at that. You know how much omega-3 is in that? Well, that's basically it, folks. That's, you know, this week's little vlog. Just me cleaning a couple of permit. And basically, that is what 2 permit, you know, produced. And that's basically it. So thanks for watching another vlog adventures of Judah Clark. Yeah, that'll be a good one. I think they'll like that.